Yes, Ambrose Alli University, Ekpoma, is great and was a force to be reckoned with both in academics and sports when it was Bendel State University. All across Nigeria, law graduates of the institution were sought after. Governor of defunct Bendel State, now Edo and Delta states, Professor Ambrose Alli, from 1979 to 1981, established the institution in 1981 with the motto, Knowledge for Advancement. The university in 1992, after the creation of Edo State, had its name changed to Edo State University, Ekpoma. Having gone through the act passed by then House of Assembly and signed into law, then Executive Governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosahai Ibinedion, in 1999 renamed the Institution of Learning Professor Ambrose Alli University, Ekpoma. The idea of the university was firmly predicated on the dynamics of the rapid educational development Bendel State at that time was undergoing in the late 70s and early 80s. Energized by educational policies, late Professor Ambrose Alli, the first executive governor of then Bendel State, was implementing education, which was rapidly becoming an industry in its own right in the state. This was necessitated by the yearning need to fulfill available opportunities for teeming youths to satisfy their educational aspirations at the tertiary level. At inception, there were 8 colleges in the institution, with Professor M.I. Ugbeide as first Vice-Chancellor and Mr. S.A. Kalulu as Registrar. Since then, the university has seen several VCs until the appointment of Professor Ignatius Akahia Onimawo, 13th in the list. Professor Onimawo, until his appointment on May 11, 2016, was a professor of biochemistry in the Faculty of Natural Sciences of the university.
Professor Onimawo has worked so hard to become a peerless nutritional biochemist sought for by many universities. In 2001, he left to take up appointment with Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Mudike, as a senior lecturer in the Department of Home Economics and Nutrition, where he rose to become a professor of human nutrition biochemistry in 2005.
Taking the bull by the horns, Professor Onimawo took the bold step by approaching TETFUND.
I have visited some other universities and I know that I see a lot of structures that are attributed to TETFUND. So the question that came to my mind is that what offense did we commit as a university? And this inquiry took me to TETFUND and I asked them, please, can you let us know the offense that we committed so that we can confess our sins and maybe we'll be forgiven? And they said the TETFUND policy is that if you don't finish one intervention, you can't get another. And that the one they got some time ago, they've not been able to complete it. And therefore, you cannot expect anything. And so I had to rush back to council, the governing council, and I told them, there's a problem here. Let's see what we can do to work on the social sciences, which was a hindrance to our access to other funds. So the council cooperated with us and we went and got and put that social sciences in a usable form, even though not the best way it should have been. And with that, we were given a go-ahead to assess the 3 years forms. And when we also applied that they should allow us to mesh them together. And we came up with the idea of the life sciences. And life sciences was completed in record time. And as soon as we finished that, we had access to the next one.
In a little less than 3 years since his appointment as Vice-Chancellor, Ambrose Alli University, the institution has witnessed tremendous progress in areas of infrastructure, improved funding and revenue generation, global relevance, staff welfare development, staff and student health, acknowledging God in all achievements.
The university as a community will pray every month to thank God and to commit AAU to his hands. And he has been answering our prayers. Even with vision and beautiful mission statements and plans, without God, they come to nothing.
Armed with a vision to have a world-class university that would be rated as best state university and among the top 10 in Nigeria as regards knowledge and skills for service delivery to the society, Professor Ignatius Onimawo set his ingenuity in motion to fast-track and seal partnership with TETFUND, NDDC, Central Bank of Nigeria, Tony Elumelu Foundation, with support from Edo State government.
The presidential needs assessment, we met that all the contracts were cancelled because according to them, there was a petition from the contractors that due process was not followed when the contracts were to be awarded. Because of that, the Bureau for Public Procurement ordered that everything should be cancelled, and it was cancelled. It took me 3 journeys to Abuja to appeal to allow us to re-advertise and re-award the contract, and that I promised them that the due process will be followed. Luckily, they believed me. They allowed me to do that, and that's why we have several projects from this assessment. In fact, on the whole, we got 31 different projects.
When we came in, students were sent out to go and do one thing or the other and then bring it to the university. So most times, they don't participate in these practicals. They just give it to, just make something, somebody will do something for them, or they just go and buy an item, and then they will now bring it to the center, and then you just talk small grammar, and then you award the marks. When we get there, I just say, no, that cannot be it. We must produce this thing here in this center. And by the grace of God, the center has changed. We are producing things, we have tailors that are sewing overalls, that are sewing clothes, we are making shoes, we are making soaps, we are making the toys, azars, we are making air fresheners, just name it. Beads, so many things. The center has been developed to a point of envy. Other universities now come to copy from us.
The Professor Onimawo-led administration knows full well that a citadel of learning without a standard library is like a human body without its brain. Hence, resources have been committed to equipping the institution's library. He believes that whatever the cost of libraries, the price is cheap compared to having ignorant students on campus.
Really, in my VC, I've really done a great job. But when I entered the school 100 level, it was not like this. Especially, I can remember running from halls to halls, no seats, no fan, but everything has suddenly changed. And we are very grateful to him. Not just that, there is a place we can even charge our phone, be in the class, there are light and fans. Not just that, the best thing he did for us was to bring this examination CBT era for us. And even in the library, you can see me now, I'm even reading. So he has really done a great work. Even my brother graduated about 4 years ago. He came to the school. He was surprised. He was very amazed. So we are very happy, and you should keep up the good work.
So this library, the seed of it started with this in 2011, but it was energized and further activated when Professor Onimawo came into office. All these computers are functional, and you can access any material you require that is hosted by us. And we host a lot of resources connected to Oxford University, Cambridge University. All their materials are available to us and can be accessed by students in our e-library.
Students can now sit for the examinations and get to see their scores immediately with the introduction of computer-based technology. This has put an end to the era of missing and delayed results. examination malpractices, impersonation by students, victimization, and further enhance accuracy.
Narratives have been in AAU, you cannot graduate, in AAU you have missing results, blocking, those are kind of words they were using. And I said, we need to look for a way of changing this narrative. And that's how we came with the idea of computer-based exams. Of course, such things you expect that people will oppose it, particularly those who benefit from such evil. So, but thank God for AAU Senate. Senate approved it and allowed us to try it, and we have been doing well. So students no longer talk of, this lecturer said I should come and do this before this, at least for 100 level and 200 levels. And those are the classes that were most vulnerable.
It was war when we introduced the computer-based examination method. It was war. People with no money resist change. It's normal. So it was resisted. Even to today, people are trying to resist it. Because the narratives have changed. You found another correct blocking now. 100 and 200 level, those are the area where people collect this blocking, mark. This so-called blocking, that is, you pay for marks. Well, it was happening. So that one has been removed. Certain people will resist it. People that were doing it will resist it. It is normal. But the beauty of it is that it has added color to the university. Other universities are not coming here to copy from us.
Okay, so how about 5 halls we use for our CBE, that is computer-based examination. This is just one of them. The capacity is 600. So when they come in, they can sit anywhere, though in a particular order, and take their exams. In each of the halls, we all have the systems for the students. They all come in here, just as they're doing their jam, they do here also, though in a way unique to Ambrose Alli University. And each student have their own questions. The issue of copying from each other does not arise at all, because the questions from one student differs from the other students in terms of the numbering and the structure, though within the same pool, from the same pool of questions.
When I was in 200 level, that was last 2 years, I wrote my exams with CBT and I really loved it. I was even wishing all the exams from 300 to 400 could be CBT, because instantly we get to see our results. No missing results, no nothing. Read and write what you know. So it's been great. In terms of exams, it's been great.
I found out there are sometimes lecturers will definitely, the student offend him or her, they will just fail the student. But this time around, there's nothing like that. It's what you write, you get. You read, you get it. Because there are some of us, we students, we have this character like, I can't go and read, and someone that did not read, at the end of the day, will pass a course. But this CBT era is what you give me, garbage in, garbage out. So we are very happy for it. So it has really helped us, and students are now reading because there's no way, there's no mango.
It is so improving our time. And also during our exams, then we are using the paper and pen. And now he introduced the CBE, which is very okay, because you can write and see your scores at that point. So you can be able to know if you are to improve well or not. So I can say it's a really positive changes that we've made during his time.
From the 300 level to final year, where they have to write, as much as possible, I said from the leader, if the leader has a vision, is the onus lies on the people piloting, working with him to make sure that vision is being followed and sustained. As by ASU regulation, laws, or whatever governing system, once exams are done, we have few weeks to mark and submit result. I don't think anybody, and they have not been doing so, once we ask them to submit result, they do submit their result. And as much as possible, we have asked that a student, once you come to the exam hall, you sign in. Once you are done, you sign out. The number of students that are registered for a particular course comes out, and exams are taken. We note the number of booklets that have been submitted. As you are submitting those results, if we give you 50 booklets as for a particular course, you are expected to submit results for 50 students. And so any other person may not be one that have taken an exam. And I think that idea of missing results or are not really there again.
The modification of the biometric system in the ICT department will now allow students vote simultaneously online in the comfort of their homes and classrooms for candidates who will represent them during the SUG elections, using the unique matriculation number for authentication and monitor the progress of same.
Our 2020 election is also electronic. In our election, we have done it twice, consecutively. If you are in Lagos, if you are in Abuja, if you are in your hostel, if you are in the town, when it is time for election, log into our portal, you vote. And as you are voting in the control room, everybody is watching. As your votes are increasing, the number of votes with the bar chart following it, you'll be seeing it. So when we normally stop election by 2, before 2, the person that has lost already know he has lost. And everybody goes away quietly.
Even now, I'm just coming from election hall. We just did our biochemistry 400 level election. So today we are saying, it has never been like that before. It was transparent. Unlike before, you see students training other students, but today they were given chance to vote for their aspirants.
The voting process is in two phases. One is accreditation. If you don't have a smartphone, you can use a laptop. And it must not be your own laptop or your phone. So the criteria is just for accreditation. Just key in your matriculation number and send. Because the link is on the site, the university website, and send to send request. It will authenticate to check if that MAC number is duly registered. Once it's registered, a unique PIN will be sent to the student's phone number, because when we are uploading the data of the students to the site, we upload the data of students who have paid school fees and their phone numbers. We have their data already on ground. So once they send their MAC number for authentication, a PIN is sent to the student's phone number, which is, so the nature of the phone is now immaterial because it's a text message. So it is that unique PIN that student can now use in voting, in logging to the site and voting for the candidate of his or her choice.
Even the Senate proceedings and dissemination of information with e-bulletin, irrespective of location, has helped to save a lot of time and resources. Staff are now being checked for regular appraisal, for efficient service delivery, and when the biometric attendance for teachers and students is fully implemented, it will be the first of its kind.
In terms of communication, generally in the school, before now, bulletins are strictly on the print media. But now, in addition to that, bulletins are now, we now have e-bulletins. Irrespective of the location of anyone, they can always have access to the bulletins in the university.
You can, if you go around the school now, so many, projects going on. One will be wondering, where were these projects then? Does it mean that they will not be done or what? It's the ability to really do what is right at the right time. And in fact, it has translated to the faculties and to the department. Now, we are almost going digital. Most of the things we do, online things, people then, the ideal of paper work now is almost going obsolete here. It's something that interactive, you can even discuss with anybody within. If you have your system and you do intranet system, you can relate with person on all those things. The meetings are now, like Senate meetings is now online. We don't need to bring papers then that one will have to photocopy 150 at least copies for a result that has about 50 or 60 pages and all that.
There is a biometric device which we have already put in place that will be used to check impersonation. Yes, it is computer-based. It's only students who have paid fees that carry the exam agreed, but there's also a possibility that there could be a case of impersonation. But with this biometric device, which we tend to use this session, it's not something that's very soon. This session, we are going to use it by God's grace. It will enable us to checkmate any case of impersonation. So that means only students who registered for a particular course can actually come into the hall, because if a student is not registered and and the thumbprints, the person will not be verified. So we will know that though you are a student, but you did not register for this course, and the person will not be allowed in. So that device is already there. That same device on the part of the staff is also going to replace the usual monthly return for control of salaries and wages. Up till now, on a monthly basis, lecturers, staff, both teaching and non-teaching, they sign this normal monthly return for the control of salaries and wages, just to confirm that they are on ground, they not absconded. But it is possible, though not yet established, but we know in principle that there could also be a case of impersonation. It's a possibility. So to checkmate such things, one, and to make the ease of administration easy, that device will be available so that when lecturers come, when staff come to the school, they just clock in, and the central units will be, data will be collected in the central units, where we can now monitor the number of times each staff comes to work, especially for this non-teaching, senior and junior, and the system can automatically calculate the percentage, the percentage for that month. And for the purpose of appraisal, for appraisal purposes, there is a column for punctuality where you put percentage. Most times, people give a score based on multiple criteria, which may not be uniform. But in this case, the criteria will not be as presented by the system based on the number of times such staff clocks in and clocks out. So that punctuality will be taken care of. And for the case of the teaching staff, that's the academic staff, at least it can be monitored. The issue of somebody is clocking in, you can't clock in for somebody. Though theirs definitely is not a daily affair, no, morning, afternoon, no, but at least to show that you are on ground, even if it's once a month or once a week, depending on what is eventually approved, or for any other purposes, maybe to track lectures, attendance for lecturers, whatever may arise will also be of strong benefit.
Professor Onimawo sure knows how to harmonize the contributions of alumni to the advancement of the institution. He has also brilliantly empowered the university with internet receptivity, increasing the bandwidth with service providers such as MTN and Glo, making broadcasting and governance easy. Ambrose Alli University today can now be likened to a construction site with additional faculty structures that house lecturer offices and classrooms through his unprecedented access to the Presidential Intervention Fund trench by trench.
NDDC that abandoned us for many years just came from nowhere one day, and they were considering some little, maybe 500-meter roads and all that, and they came. That's how we constructed the road to library. They are back now. After they did that, we appealed to the man. He said we're going to discuss with NDDC again. They brought the second part of the road. It's now dual carriage. They're finishing it now. And this afternoon, the man still spoke with me, and he said he's still thinking of how to help us to get to the dam, to a road. All these things are just coming. It's not by merit. I'm not the only vice chancellor in Nigeria. So I see the hand of God in everything.
This one leads to our university water works, the source of water to the university community, and even outside the nearby villages. So it's always action, doing one thing or the other. For instance, this is regular roads, and the activities here is, getting water for the community. And the road has been bad. The last 2 months, it was not possible to pass through here. But we are working on it to make sure that the road is passable and our normal activities is unhindered.
This current Vice-Chancellor in less than 3 years has challenged staff of the institution by creating a Directorate of Resource, publication and development to engage in research purposes, creating research clusters, fast-tracking breakthroughs. No wonder 1 out of 65 neurosurgeons in Nigeria is found in this great institution of learning.
We have a lot of research clusters now, about 6 of them. We have trained our academic staff on how to write proposals that can bring grants, and many of them are applying for grants. And very soon, AAU will be a hub of research activities.
And because of the empowerment the lecturers have on the internet, they are able to upload their research. And a lot of them, we are making breakthroughs. Our botany department, for instance, have come up with research breakthroughs by which they collaborate with herbal groups like Pax Herbal, who use herbs to treat. They get research work from here. Even our College of Medicine has upped its research, even in breakthroughs, to the point that one of the 65 neurosurgeons in Nigeria are right here.
The institution has not compromised standard in its school of law either, as it has retained first class over the years, and the alumni from within and outside Nigeria are giving back. Even Faculty of Education, Architecture and Nutrition is worthy of mention with the Professor Ignatius Onimawo's touch. The number of professors in less than 3 years has risen from 52 to 77. Indeed, Ambrose Alli is now a production mill for world-class graduates and a frenzy of academic excellence.
So AAU has been a place that has produced great men and women, and they are making their marks even in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So it's a place conducive for learning, and the Vice Chancellor has really made it a better place for us to learn and to train people.
People say in those days. It's not in those days. Even right now, I'm not aware of any year we've gone to law school without producing a first class there. I think last 2 years ago, I was specially invited because of the performance of our students in the law school. So they are still doing great. In the medical school, our students have excelled so well. Even in your specialties, we have one of the best cardiologists around. We have one of the best brain surgeons, which I'm sure you must have met, Dr. Morgan. In medicine, even at the student level, when they go to competition, we have been winning prizes. In engineering, our students just went to the town recently and go and electrify, is it Akakia village? Uhele. They did it. There were students that did all that. In every area, we are making a lot of waves. If you don't blow your trumpet, people don't blow it. In the French competition, they win. Debates, school debates, they win. So our students are just excelling. We are proud of them, and because now the thing is getting better and better because they are focused. Because we have brought down some evil activities. Cultism has gone down drastically. So people can go and read it in the night. In the past, you can't go and read it in the night because we are afraid.
Some outstanding projects and achievements of the current Vice Chancellor, sponsored by partners, especially TETFUND, include completion of Social Science Faculty, ongoing construction of the faculties of Education, Engineering, Physical Sciences, Life Sciences, Management Sciences, amongst others.
Professor Ignatius Onimawo was able, by God's help and by his personal charisma, able to assess presidential interventions from needs assessment and TETFUND. TETFUND is proud to partner with AAU because we follow deadlines in the completion of construction work.
Professor Ignatius Onimawo believes that a mind stretched by a new experience can never go backwards to its old dimensions. The Faculty of Art has also received the Onimawo's attention with the world-class dance media studio, completed in less than a year. This has further enhanced performance of students who, during any competition, return with various prizes and awards. At the moment, the campus radio is being constructed, courtesy the Onimawo's goodwill.
This dance studio, immediately he came in, they started the foundation and completed it within not even up to a year, not up to just few months. They completed it, and we are here benefiting this from this. This is a very unique one. The dance studio is a very, very unique one in the sense that in most of the universities, we have dance studios attached to some other buildings, like the theater. So you see a theater, you see maybe dance studio, media studio, and all of them. But this one is unique in the sense that the dance studio is just on its own, is separate. And this is what we have here, and it's one of the achievements. And there are other things, like for my department specifically, we have the media studio, is where our offices are. And the media studio is equipped. So he has really done a lot, encouraging the students, both staff and students.
As at 2017, we do our rehearsals under the trees or any place we find ourselves. But as at now, we have our dance studio, we have our music studio, and we have new development, like our radio station is going on now, the building is already there.
We do rehearsals under the trees, sports complex, you going home with barefoot, stained and sword and all of that. But during the time of Professor Ignatius Onimawo, you had positive changes like our beautiful conducive dance studios. We have our media studio where the media students can exercise their knowledge. And we, the theater students, also, we can do our practical dance, our acting on a conducive platform. Here's the stage, as you can see. So you can see the difference that it is so improving in our time.
Ambrose Alli University Ekpoma, known for its academic distinction, has produced world-class graduates, including the wife of Nigeria's President Aisha Buhari, current governor of Cross River State, Benedict Ayade, former Minister of Works Mike Onolememe, spokesperson for President Muhammadu Buhari campaign organization, Festus Keyamo, SAN, popular comedians Ali Baba and Edo Pikin, songstress Omawumi, music producer Don Jazzy, Reverend Chris Oyakilome, and a host of others blazing the trail in various fields and professions. Although great impact has been made within a short time, the task of taking AAU to the promised land is not that which will require a quick fix solution, but deliberate, through and well thought out plan, backed by commitment and resilience. The professor of biochemistry believes that the task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts, and given time, such deserts will be reclaimed and flourish.
When you mention Professor Ignatius Onimawo, you have mentioned achievements that even the blind and the deaf can see and hear, even though they are deaf. If you go to any corner of this university, you will see Onimawo present. You go to the east, like I did in a drama skit. I said, if you go anywhere, you will see Ignatius standing gidigba. If you go to the west of the university campus, you will see Onimawo, you know. So actually, his tenure has brought a lot to this university.
Going by the high performance of the Professor Onimawo-led administration, by putting the accessed funds to use, the window is getting more open to Ambrose Alli University being considered to access more funds.